Oh, okay.
Unplug your mic so you can hear amplification.
There you go.
The invisible man.
Be like that every.
Yeah.
Can we FaceTime them, really?
Okay. Call to order the regular county council meeting, Monday, April 7th, 7:04 PM, roll call.
Prevo, Grisanti,
Here.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Here.
Burdick,
Okay, Preble is excused, that was pledge of allegiance. With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Confirmation of appropriate meeting notice.
meeting notice was posted on Friday, April 4th at the library, the post office, city hall, and the website.
Council acceptance of agenda.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second to accept the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Personal appearances. Anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on anything that's not on the agenda? Other than somebody's gonna have all hanging on Monday nights. Okay, let's go to the minutes from March 17th.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the March 17th minutes. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll go to committee reports, finance, and Tim.
Finance met earlier today. I'll make a motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $370,418.30.
Second.
Motion and second to pay the bills. Any questions on those bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the cigarette, tobacco, and electronic vaping device retail license for Sacred Life Social Club LLC at 115 North Henry Street.
Second.
Secretly, okay.
What did I say?
Sacred life.
We all do what I meant.
We all know we're reading here, but.
I apologize for messing up the name of your company.
Clearly what's over my.
So we got a motion and a second to approve the retail license. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And good luck.
And good luck. Make a motion to approve the event packet for the Concerts in the Park season for June 11th and 25th, July 9th and 23rd, August 6th, 20th and 27th, with all fees being waived.
Second.
So the second to approve event packet for concerts in the park. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the event packet for Edgerton Farmers Market for all Saturdays between May 17th and October 25th, with the fees to be waived.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the event packet for Edgerton Farmers Market. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the event packet for Edgerton Night Market for May 23rd, June 20th, August 15th, and September 19th.
Second.
So the second to approve event packet for Edgerton Night Market. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
And then I'll make a motion to approve the temporary Class B beer license for Edgerton Chamber of Commerce for the Edgerton Night Market season that encompasses those dates.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the temporary Class B beer license. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for doing that.
You bet. Bye.
I will make a motion to approve the purchase of a Ford Hybrid Interceptor. A police squad car from Ewald Automotive Group in the amount of $47,524.
I will second.
Motion and a second to purchase a police car. Any discussion?
Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't that day. What happened? Just kidding.
Thanks, buddy.
I hear you say.
Well, we got your picture hanging up behind your seat here.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah, okay, yeah, oh, you can, yeah, I see that, yeah, thanks. Turn it a little bit this way.
Motion and a second by the squad car. Any discussion besides?
Hey,
Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
sure, yes.
Motion passed.
And that was all from finance.
Okay, plan commission, we've got a couple things to work on here. We met last Wednesday. First one is to consider introduction and first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 25-07, amend section 450-33E25, accessory land uses to extend the hours for outdoor amplified noise or music in the B2 Central Business District, City of Edgerton, Rock Dale County.
So move.
Verdict, this is my night.
I can't see you, buddy, I'm sorry. What did you say?
He did it, I seconded it.
Oh, did you say?
Yes.
Oh, it's your night, you're right.
Okay, a motion and a second to introduce the first reading of the ordinance 25-07. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Oh, I thought it was Paul, yes, yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Motion passes. Next one is to consider introduction of the first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 25-08, and then section 450-20 additional zoning map of the Edgerton Code of Zoning ordinances, City of Edgerton, Rockland County, for the parcel located at 407 North Main Street.
Motion approved.
So move.
Motion by Paul Davis, second by
Paul got it first.
Paul.
Paul got it first.
I did hear that first.
are you gonna second it, Jim?
He did.
Oh, okay.
I think I heard him second. didn't I?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that from 1,000 miles away.
Okay, motion and a second to approve ordinance 25-08. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Motion passes. And the next one is consider introduction and the first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 25-09, repeal and recreate chapter 405 floodplain regulations, City of Edgerton, Rockland counties.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Introduce and approve first reading of ordinance 25-09. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Motion passes. Paul, you want to give me the updates on the other ones since it's your last night, or do you want to?
Well, there was discussion, well, wait a minute, so that.
I've got the planning commission.
We got a conditional use permit on that evening and a site plan approval, more probably most important for the new industrial building and the business.
Okay, so site plan, yeah, approval of the industrial park for, precision carpentry, something. And then what was the other one, sorry?
Conditional use permit for driveway, substandard lot for a single family.
Oh, yeah, and then I issued permit for a substandard lot out, behind, Lord Street there. So those two items were done as well.
I think I handed you way too much for that there. There's a couple more that went with it.
Okay, oh, couple more sheets.
Yeah. Yes, pursue some carpentry with, Lotto in the business park. That was yours. Thank them for being here and for putting that building out there and creating some jobs, so. Other than that, I think you covered everything else you did, so. Let's move on to Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec met. I don't know if I have the exact date, was it the third, April third, Thursday night, the Thursday night?
It was Wednesday night.
Thank you, April second, thank you. And then we went out to Racetrack Park. What?
Oh, sorry, it wasn't there.
It was one of those days. We went out to Racetrack Park and we looked at two potential sites for a skate park for the ramps, little skate ramp area for the skateboarders. And we're gonna go back out there in a couple of weeks, I think. We're gonna have that stake it out for the two places. One is by the deer pen and the other possible place is out by the old tractor pull area by the conservation club. Let me see, what else did we do? Oh.
I hear you're gonna go out and have girl steaks by the deer pen, is that what you said?
Jim, you ought to
Maybe
attend
I'm
them
not
both
getting
more
it.
often.
We're gonna have steaks out by the deer pen, okay,
Either
All right,
that
go
or
ahead, I'm sorry.
having a few drinks. We also looked at, the baseball, group staked out a couple areas for bullpens for the pitchers for warming up. We looked at what those might look like. Still haven't decided for sure on that as well. And then we also approved signage for the outfield for Tobacco Days.
Oh, cool.
And the reason why we had to kind of look at that was based on the current ordinance that prohibited tobacco, alcohol type use, but it says Tobacco Days and it's a tobacco plant. And it's all about the heritage, so we did kind of approve that and decided to change the wording a little bit to make sure that so that it says something like it's not abusive.
Right.
Alcohol and tobacco, so, I think we're gonna be meeting again another couple weeks. To finalize a couple of those things, so I think those were the big items. That's it.
Thank you. Tree Board.
Tree board met earlier today. The two things was we have 32 trees that are on order for street planting this year. We do 10% that are for replacement, another 10% is kind of, so I think somewhere around 25 is what we'll end up using for street planting. There's several areas that we're looking to plant these as terrace trees. The Cherry Hubert area, the St. Joseph Circle, and then West Fulton Street. Staff is gonna go take a look to see how far 25 trees will get us and kind of make some assumptions on where may be the best place to go. The other thing we discussed was Arbor Day. Arbor Day is on April 25th. And Zach was able to identify two areas that we're gonna plant two trees, and that's right behind at Racetrack Park. That new baseball field that's kind of near the soccer fields across the street from where the rest of the fields are. There's an area to put two trees there that we think is a real good idea. He's gonna reach out to both the elementary school and the middle school, see if we can get some kids over to celebrate for it, so. And that should be everything for tree board.
Cool. Sounds like.
It was a question, but I was pretty confident.
All right, thank you. Fire district.
I got nothing, chief, except I got chief here. But we haven't had a meeting, a board meeting.
That's true. You have a copy of the report through the end of March. I'll just hit a couple of key things. We are 22% ahead of last year. And just to underscore that, yesterday we set a new record. We had 18 calls in one day yesterday. One of the interesting things, I had a chance to sit down with the gentleman who owns all the Oak Park places. across southern Wisconsin, happens to be a friend outside of everything else. And he brought his planning division in, and we sat down and talked about, because really, I mean, you've been seeing the double-digit increases every year in terms of demand on service and that kind of stuff. So the real question is, what is their view out into the future? What do we need to try to get ahead of? Basically, their planning says that what we're seeing and what they see will probably continue for about 7 years. And it's all based on the age and life expectancies and everything, you know, related to the population. But they see an increase in demand, for the next continuing increase in demand for about the next 7 years. And then it probably plateaus. That's where their crystal ball gets a little less, definitive. But they're figuring it plateaus for probably 3, 4 to 5 years. And then eventually starts to come back down. And so, we'll have some discussions with the board about what, you know, things we need to do to make sure that we stay ahead of the demand, and not get behind it, you know, over the next 7 years. So I just thought I'd kind of share that. City of Edgerton, 42 calls for the month, 147 for the year. Puts you at about 23% of our total volume. You were 26% last year, so pretty much in the ballpark, nothing unique there. Inspections, we're doing a good job. I did highlight the fact and want to thank Edgerton city staff as well as our other municipalities. We are 100% compliant with the 2% due self certifications for 2025. So that qualifies us for the 2% dues payouts later this year. Staffing, we're holding our own, actually doing pretty well. Financially, same exact story. A little bit ahead on revenue, you don't want to complain about that, a little bit behind on expense, and so you don't want to complain about that either. Or you're more than welcome to if you want to. I did highlight, we added a line from a financial perspective. I think we've talked over the last 4 years, literally, about this GEMT program, which is the federal program that was introduced in 2021 or 2022 to try to help local transport EMS services get some additional reimbursement based on the Medicare, Medicaid issue. Took them 4 years. It got approved through the state. It finally got approved through the feds. It is being implemented in 2025. There's a comprehensive set of financials that have to be provided to them, all of our costs, all of our revenue breakdown, how many calls are over, you know, Medicare, Medicaid related, how many are not. So I'll just ton of detail, but they are telling us that if we get all of our information in by the end of June, that we will see some form of reimbursement probably in October. Yet to be determined whether that's $2.95 or, you know, the couple $100,000 they probably really owe us. But it is a positive sign. It took a long time to get it through the state, took a long time to get it through the feds, and it seems to be moving. So that's a good thing.
You think that's gonna be retroactive for all of 25?
It actually is retroactive back to 2023. So, the way it's going to work, they're going to pay us out for 2023 in October. Then they are planning to pay us out for 2024 by December 31st of this year. So that then in 26, they'll pay for 25, right? They're trying to get caught up on it. And I think, you know, no secret, our district board made the decision last year, we were going to overhire and make sure that we kept up with the level of service, even though we didn't have the budget, you know, dollars to do it. So we did create ourselves a structural deficit from last year. The plan, I think, I'm not meaning to speak for the board, but I think the plan is we will use the 2023 and probably a portion of the 2024 reimbursement to pay back the money that we had to use to make sure we kept the level of service that everybody expected last year. But it'll give us a good idea looking forward, what we can expect if they keep the program going. So it is extremely positive news. To get there.
Still keep my fingers crossed that it's gonna come through.
Yeah.
I was Debbie Downer every time we talk about it, but
Candy is our resident pessimist on this,
yeah,
but
I am.
yeah, but it is very positive news. I think it'll help tremendously to going forward.
Absolutely.
We had our second PNB save so far this year. And which we're really proud of the crew that did that. We've had 2 so far this year. Couple of things, some of you know,
I'm sorry, what is that?
pulseless non-breather, heart attack. And we're able to revive the person, so. We had received a series of donations to purchase ballistic gear for the ambulances and fire trucks after the incident up in Albion, with the hostage situation up there that we were in line of fire on. The donations have covered most of that. We had a little federal money that we put towards it to round it out. But all of our ambulances and all of our first out fire trucks are now equipped with ballistic gear. So we're, good to protect the crews. So we feel good about that. I want to thank Ramona. We had a long conversation just prior to me walking in to meet with some legislators. We have several members of the state legislature are starting to understand that the things they said they were going to do over the last couple of years really aren't working. And so we had a really good conversation with a group of legislators about the things that they've got to look at. We are holding our own, and again, I keep saying thank you to our municipalities, because we are keeping our head above water and we're holding our own. There are lots of places in this state that an ambulance is 20, 30, 40 minutes away. It's really scary. So had a good conversation with them. We'll see whether any of that goes anywhere, but it was worth the time spent. Talked about the GMT program. Our construction manager is on board. The next thing, they'll be coming back. They have done a detailed review of all the architectural work to determine whether or not the financial estimates from the architect are anywhere near what an actual construction company would say are the right estimates. So it'll be fun to get those numbers and see where we're at. About it. Board meeting for April has moved out to the 24th due to a whole series of vacations. May the same way, and then June and beyond will probably be back on our regular schedule.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it for fire review. Thank you. Thanks, Chief.
Okay, the next item is, consider City of Edgerton Arbor Day proclamation.
Motion to approve. I don't tell me that means I have to read it. No.
You didn't see everybody else jump on
It was
it,
the
right?
wrong Davis. It was the wrong Davis. Well, I threw my voice. It was Paul Davis. I said,
Okay, there's a motion and a second on the floor to, approve the Edgerton Arbor Day
you
proclamation.
do it.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Okay.
Any discussion? Everybody read it okay?
Yeah.
Hearing no discussion, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, the next one is consider declaration honoring Alderperson Paul Davis.
Motion to approve. With the mayor reading it.
Second.
I heard a second way down there. so.
Yeah.
Motion and a second, that this passes,
But I can't say it. Come on, Chris.
if this passes, should I read it before it passes? Okay. City of Edgerton declaration recognizing and honoring Alderperson Paul Davis for his public service to the city of Edgerton. Whereas Alder Paul Davis has served the city of Edgerton with dedication and commitment in the District 3 Alder from April 2021 to April 2025. And whereas during his tenure, Alder Davis has participated in and contributed to the work of the city of Edgerton through his service on the Utility Commission, Plan Commission, Public Safety Committee, and Economic Development Corporation. And whereas Alder Davis played a crucial role in the development and approval of new subdivisions, fostering responsible growth within the city of Edgerton,
And whereas he supported the establishment of school resource officer position, enhancing the safety and well-being of Edgerton students. And whereas Alder Davis demonstrated unwavering support for significant community projects, including the Child High School redevelopment, the 210 West Fulton Street. Alder Davis played an important role in redevelopment of the shoe factory site, contributing to the revitalization of Edgerton. And whereas he advocated for and facilitated essential infrastructure improvements, including the reconstruction and improvement of Albion Street, Quigley Street, Henry Street, ensuring safe and efficient transportation for Edgerton residents. And whereas Alder Davis was an activist of the lead lateral replacement project, prioritizing the health and safety of Edgerton's water supply. And now therefore it be resolved that the city of Edgerton, Wisconsin hereby expresses its sincere gratitude, appreciation to Alder Paul Davis for his service, leadership, and commitment to the betterment of our community. Well, I handed to him.
Oh, you didn't know you was that important, did you?
Any discussion?
Yeah, his wife is here. She didn't know he was that important.
Thank you, Paul, and we're not gonna let you get away completely. So we do have a roll call to take on this one.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Jim Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Same.
Shaw,
Yes.
Chrisanti,
Yes.
Motion passes, 4 in favor and 1 abstention. Thank you again, Paul. We do have your numbers, so we got at least one spot or two for you yet, so. Okay,
Can I just,
oh, sure.
I'll just get ahead of my, I just, would like to everybody here to know that, it's, you know, been a pleasure to serve on, the city council. I believe this is my third, kind of stint doing it, going back to the early 2000s. It is really, it's really something I would recommend everybody who wants to just, take your turn at this and really contribute to our small community here. Made a lot of good friends here, had a lot of good times. Special thanks go to the staff. Wendy, we go back a long way. And Mayor Lund was really, you know, it makes a difference who guides you at these meetings, and there's nobody I could, you know, even hope for to guide our body the way you have.
It's been easy with the people.
Yeah.
That your reason.
And of all people, to Ramona, boy, talking about going back a long way. There's no way I would have done this job half as long if it hadn't been for you. Your expertise and guidance to all of us, and I know everybody here sits and wholeheartedly agrees that, you know, it's not easy, it's not always easy, but, you know, with the information you give us and your opinion and all the research that you and your staff have done, I can't imagine doing it without all that input. I just don't know how other communities do it, because there can't be that many moments out there. So I really appreciate all that you've helped me with. And again, small town, not a stranger, but I really appreciate all the things that people have said, and I had a lot of fun, and I wish you guys good luck. I know city's in good hands. Lisa's coming in, and I'm very confident for the future, so thank you. Thanks, all.
Well, yes, you're your sense of humor. What's that?
he's crying.
Hold back the tears.
And like I said, this is my third stint here. I'm gonna give it one more last shot. I left here voluntarily twice, once involuntarily. That election was a lot of fun. I got, you know, I got a friend out of it, and we have stories to tell about how the election was 2 votes. And it was a great memory, and it all worked out well, and I appreciate you, Jim, you do an excellent job and everybody here, so, but
Thanks, well, you too, buddy, you know,
it's a lot of fun.
And if my wife hadn't had one for me, it would have been four votes, so.
Yeah, and it is, there's one other thing that, I wish larger, governments could, basically, kind of take a lesson from this. I don't know if everybody knows this, but when Jim was considering running against me, he called me on the telephone and I had no idea who he was. I didn't know who he was. And he just wanted to call in person to tell me that he was going to enter the race for my seat and that we were gonna run this thing like gentlemen and may the best man win. And I just wish that, looking at today's environment out there in the rest of the world, it would be nice if we all conducted ourselves the way that Jim did that day, and I really appreciated it.
And two votes, so.
Thanks, Paul, you did, yeah, we did good, yeah, you done good, Paul.
Yeah, and it was,
Assets. So.
it all turned out well.
Yes. Okay. Thank you again. Consider repurchase of Marshfield Court parcel.
On page 5 of your package, the brief staff report, you may recall, we've had this lot back and forth a couple of times, with a couple of different owners. The current owner, BKS Excavation, has decided the parcel is not sufficient size-wise and is not going to build on it. His deadline is coming up, so he has agreed to, well, he doesn't have a choice. We have an option, the right in our agreement to repurchase the land. So the first question to you is, do you wish to repurchase it? The original sale price was $21,000, and if you do, then the next question would be is how do you wish to market it? There are a couple of options that are listed in your packet. You may have others. We typically do take proposals, not just bids, because you wish to consider things other than just price, usually jobs, how much investment, time, those kind of things. There are 2 known parties that have expressed interest in it. There certainly could be others. It hasn't been marketed in any way yet. So if you'd like to give direction as to if you wish to repurchase and then how you wish to market, we can move this forward.
Yes. On repurchase. Is I think that's almost a no-brainer. We need to, and should have that. Then the question is do we want to just ask the 2 people we know about to submit proposals, or do we want to open it up to others, right? And how long do we normally do that, and how do we get the word out?
Newspaper, Facebook, I mean, you could do a for sale by owner. I've never done that before, so, I can't give you any advice regarding that. You could have a realtor. We've never really done that in the past either. And we have social media, website, and paper, and of those are none of those.
If we have 2 people interested, can't we just find out what type of business they're talking about, look at that first, and then go a different route if we don't think that it meets our needs?
It's your choice.
What's your time frame on taking it, but then get back to them?
Have to look at the agreement, but we can do it right away.
He's missed his deadline of building permits already. He was supposed to have occupancy by June, so.
I think that we can hold the discussion off for what we do with it till we have it actually have it back.
Oh, yes, yeah, because that seems,
If it's,
Well,
within 2 weeks, we can do it,
right,
put on the next agenda.
Sure.
Give you a chance to think about what you might wanna do with it and what we have out there.
There's no reason why we have to add, but I would let him know that we intend to repurchase it. Is
That part.
well, I think what you're saying, you're having 2 separate issues.
Right.
The first one,
Get-
should we agree on?
Okay, all right, misunderstood. I thought you're delaying taking it back.
No,
No,
Those are 2 separate issues. You do not have to make a decision on what of you would like to see.
Do you need a motion?
You would need.
So I'll make a motion to repurchase the parcel on Marshfield Court in the amount of $4,000.
I second.
a motion and a second to repurchase Marshfield Court. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
yes,
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes,
Motion passes now. Do you wanna decide tonight how you wanna do it, or do you wanna hold that off until Paul's gone, so we don't have to deal with him with it?
Well, technically, the sale and disposal is not on here, although marketing could be part of the culture. Part of the fun parcel of the decision, I suppose. But there's no immediacy.
It will be kind of nice to have a new body that's gonna be in the seat to help understand.
Yeah.
You know, the new older person,
Bring her up to speed on it and act on it then.
and then have her, yeah.
Okay, so,
Hey, Chris. You guys are, I'm gonna lose you, so, bye.
What?
You're breaking up.
I gotta go, guys. Mind if I sign off?
Yeah.
You got her?
we are good if you need to get going.
Have a good one, Jim.
Yeah, I gotta
Thank you
break
for-
up. I gotta have to
Thank you
disrupt,
for,
so.
taking the call.
Hi, Jim.
Take care, guys. Paul, good luck to you,
All
man.
right, thanks, Jim.
You're done good, buddy. You're done good.
All right, thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thanks.
Good.
Okay. So we're done with that line. We'll move on to mayor, alderperson, and staff reports. Thanks again, Paul. Like I say, we're not gonna let you get away completely.
Yeah.
If anybody noticed or went through Central Park, the lights are down. Thanks to Jim and Mona and the crew that worked that day. I missed a good share of it because some other stuff going on that. So I did get that over.
Everything fit in the new storage shed?
Everything that was down there fit in the store shed, along with a few of the things from the depot that I had stashed down at the pool. The sleigh won't fit. Other than that, I don't have anything. If anybody else has anything. Okay, then we can move on to the closed session items.
Oh, should really nice.
What do you want?
There's no amendment to the development agreement required for 407 North Main Street, so there isn't any
Just the
imperative
sidewalk.
reason to go to closed session unless there's some item that needs to be discussed.
Oh, is that the only thing in close?
Because if you needed to amend the development agreement, then that's why it was not on the agenda.
Oh.
What about this?
Just the personal, there's two different items.
So the sidewalks we still have to go into.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you wanna read that, Paul, or I can?
I'm sorry, I stand corrected, Chris is correct.
Right, so we're reading the
Business
second.
park is also in the first one, not.
I got it, so we have to read all.
You do.
Oh, we do.
Pretty much.
Okay. Make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.851E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties or investment of public funds or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Discuss and consider sale of parcel of business park and development agreement for 407 North Main Street. Got there, we
Keep going.
and full correction pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.851G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body which is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, discuss and consider irrigation repair for Edgerton Hospital.
Second.
Motion and a second to go into closed session. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Grisanti. Yes. Burdick.
He left us. We are, motion passes, we are in closed session.
Yeah. Not me. We hanging out?
Oh, man,
There you
it's
go.
hard to know, so you gotta be on. Thank you. Have a good night.
I read it. It's full. I would make sure we got home.
I hadn't had a chance to ask you her at home, but I figured it would be over.
Why, I said, does he need right home? She said, yeah.
I was going to ask.